So hi, welcome to the Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with...
I'm Lucy.
I'm Enoma. I play guitar.
I'm Mark. I play bass. And we are Hunter.
And we're going to ask some questions today about the upcoming single, Paralyze. So congrats on that, by the way, guys. How are you guys personally feeling about the song since you guys don't announce it until Friday? At the time of recording, we're shooting this the Monday before they announce it.
Yeah.
Yes, I am super stoked. This is one of my favorite songs that we've ever recorded. So I think it's going to go over really, 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 really well. And I'm stoked for it. I can't wait.
It's another banger
Very
from
excited.
you guys. Please
Of
miss
course.
just once.
Just once.
Yeah, I'm afraid we can't. I'm afraid we just can't. We're working with a really amazing producer, and like everyone in this band, like really, we love what we do. So like we're gonna try not to miss. Like, and so far, I think we've done pretty well.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So is there any meaning behind the single name or cover art?
Ooh, yeah. I think so. The cover art, like, I think it's very much like a sort of a wink to kind of like the lyrics and like the overall meaning of the song. Like, we wanted to take sort of a more mature approach to some of the imagery, and instead of being very like subtle or do something that's a little just kind of like, oh, this is just like a cool image. We really wanted to kind of tap into like some of the, I would say, the darker energy of the track.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, like, when you think about the lyrics and kind of everything that's, Lucy is singing, like, it's really about like, it's more about power than it is about like sex or anything of that nature. Like, so like, we really wanted to kind of like have an image where the female presenting character was in a position of power, and like, the person who is kind of seeking this dynamic out, like, has an affinity, or I suppose kink would be the word to use, like, for kind of like that type of power dynamic. And so with the imagery of the song, like, I just really knew that like whatever we were going to put out, like, had to be kind of like almost like a clutch pearl moment, like, we were like, oh wow, like, what's up with this?
Yeah.
Trying to shock everybody a little bit. So I think it's going to happen.
For sure.
Yeah, because
Sure, yeah.
we've played it safe for
Like,
so long, and we write we write pop music. Like, this song definitely is probably like the most out there track that we have. And so I was like, all right, well, if we're gonna do that, then like the visuals for it have to kind of like match that energy.
Yeah,
For sure.
match that energy for sure. I think it does. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
And the name.
Oh yeah, Paralyze. So basically the idea behind that, of course, the tagline of the song is "Let me paralyze you." So we're kind of trying to, again, put the female in the power stance, and it's pretty much just saying that, like, we have the power, kind of like a Medusa esque situation, to where, if you look at it, you can't get away. We wanted to kind of put that kind of like creepy thing on it, kind of, what I mean? Like, what do they mean by that? It's where you almost have to like listen to it to get kind of what we're saying. But yeah, we just wanted to invoke that kind of sexiness, and I feel like that's a pretty good way to put it. Like, when you see somebody that you find attractive, you just kind of like stop and you're like, oh, like, we wanted it to be that moment, but as a song, basically.
Oh,
And I think it worked out. Yeah.
Very cool.
for sure. Yeah.
It's definitely my favorite, for sure. I'm so excited for this.
Hell yeah. So can you tell us a little about your writing process for this single?
It was pretty similar to everything else, I think. The story that I can't get over, that keeps popping in my head every time we're talking about this song, is that Anoma was telling me, I was like, man, what should we write about? I was like, I'm getting kind of like a darker vibe from the instrumental, so we were going to go that way lyrically with it, of course, to fit the energy behind it. And we were trying to come up with what we wanted to write about. And he was like, you know what? Just write a song about all the things that you wish you could say. And I was like, okay. And so we took it to pretty much the most extreme that we possibly could without being vulgar. So you kind of have to still look for the meaning a little bit. So it's not anything too crazy, but the sassiness is there.
All right.
For sure.
Yeah, like this one, like believe it or not, like this song was actually the first song that we wrote as Haunter.
Yes.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, I think
Whoa.
that's why it came out so good. Is we were just, it was kind of what came naturally, for sure.
Yeah,
So,
like-
continue.
I don't know. So I was just gonna kind of expand on that. Like I think when the project kind of came together, like we weren't really certain like what our sound would be. Like we very much wanted to have like songs that could kind of stand alone and be their own sort of like all-encompassing worlds. And I think like with a lot of our singles, like they're really firmly kind of in the pop realm. I mean, Risk It All definitely has like a pop punk kind of vibe to it, but like
Mhm.
we do a lot of genre hopping, but like our comfort zone is pop music. But like when we first started out, we were just like, cool, we're just gonna go as far in every single direction as we can. And like, so this song, Paralyze, Love You Better, and Illuminate were the first 3 songs that we wrote. And so every one of them were so fundamentally different. Like it was just really cool. And I'm so stoked that this one is coming out, because like Lou said, like it's definitely one of my favorites, but like I just think it's probably gonna be the one where we're gonna catch a lot of listeners who may have been like, oh, they're just kind of a pop band. Like I think this one's gonna perk some ears up, and I'm really excited to kind of see what the response is.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned that this was actually the first song that you guys wrote together. Why are you dropping it now as not like your first song that you dropped together?
You know what? I have a really vulgar answer for that. And my answer is that you don't start with anal. You have to start out slow. So this is
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Respect it.
that's like the best, like, I don't know how else to word it. I know that's terrible
Okay.
and I don't care. But that's just kind of what it is. Like, we knew what we had. Like, to be real though, we knew this song was going to be a little bit more of like a surprise, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more, of an attention grabber for people. So we wanted to kind of, now every time I say it, I'm going to laugh, but we kind of wanted to like warm everybody up with like, some softer stuff first, some more poppy, more, pop kind of alternative vibes first. And then we were like, well, since this one's a little extra, if you will, we wanted to kind of wait to put out, and nobody ever puts out their favorite and their best stuff first. So we wanted to use the other ones as kind of, and I mean, they're all great. You know what I mean? We wouldn't want to put out a bad song, obviously, but we knew this one was like a little bit more sonically and energy wise than the other one. It's a little more sassy. So we just kind of wanted to get everybody kind of comfortable first, and then just, so this is that moment, and I'm very excited for it. Very excited.
Okay. That makes plenty of sense.
Right? Sorry, I don't have a better way to explain anything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't, you gotta, now I'm saying warm it up, and that's literally all I'm thinking.
That's
it is what it is.
You now ruined that phrase for me. Like,
I'm sure.
that's like all I'm literally gonna be thinking about. I'm like, warm it up, and I'm just like, oh my God, just.
So I'm gonna move on now.
Regret asking that question.
So I want you 3 to tell us your favorite lyric off this track and the meaning behind it.
Oh man, my favorite lyric of the track. Oh man, I would have to say, if you want me, take me, break me down. So it's basically saying, if you are interested, then you have to prove that, and you need to be, forward about that and aggressive about it to prove that you're even worthy of, being here, basically. So it's almost like a dare, like a challenge. If you want me, take me, break me down, then go ahead. It's like almost a challenge to the person. So I like that. That's probably my favorite for sure.
Right. Mark,
that's really, like, I have to say, Lucy, I'm actually kind of surprised that you said that was going to be your favorite.
Really?
Yeah, I thought the line that I was actually going to say is what is it? It's stop running around pretending you're through. There's a lot of sinning left to do.
Yeah, that's another good one.
That's a solid line. Like, I've been like, I'm not gonna lie,
pretty good.
Like, that's we're using that in like pretty much all the promo. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it stuck with me. I think I like it because, again, like, since we are kind of trying to tell this sort of hyperbolic story of a power dynamic, like, it is kind of like you come right out of that first chorus and you're just like, oh shit, and it has this giant wall of sound, and then it kind of pulls back again. But like, as far as the music goes, but like the lyrics are still very just like, okay, like, I kind of tease you, I've given you like a taste of the main chorus, but now you're just like, okay, you can't really leave now. Like, you're acting like you want to leave, but like, let's be real, quit playing games. Like, you're into this. So it's kind of like that. You want to say no, but like, you know, you're saying no, but the vibe is different. The vibe is telling a different story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So again, like, this song is definitely, I would say, I don't know. Everything sounds cheesy when you say it's like, oh, more adult, but I mean,
it'll
like,
make you blush.
Yeah, like, I mean, that's the whole point of this. Like, we wanted to start
Kind of
this year and be like
poking a little bit, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It is to kind of like lean in on that, and it is a little more mature and a little darker, but it has its place, you know. And I think that's what's made, at least kind of like hearing the initial responses from people, like, really cool, because they're just like, this is different. So,
Definitely.
I'm
Definitely different. Very exciting.
Yeah, the line, there's a lot of sinning left to do. The first time I heard that one, it really kind of piqued my interest. It's like, oh, so what is it? What more do you have to say?
Okay.
Right.
Perfect.
You can effectively at that point say less.
Right.
So where was your headspace at while you guys were writing this song?
Oh man, trying to be as provocative as possible, but also in a way that makes you wonder if that's really kind of what we're trying to say, you know, because it's not just straightforward. It is and it isn't, you know. You kind of have to challenge yourself to figure out what it is that we're trying to say. And I feel like you don't fully understand until you listen to the whole song, like where the energy is, you know, trying to just start it out calm, and then at the end kind of you're like, oh, okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
So again, just with you know, trying to start out with something a little, you know, softer in the beginning and then build it up to the end, you know. So it was kind of the same, you know, the same energy behind the writing that the song ended up being, because we were like is this too much at first? And then as we went on recording it, because we kind of write as we go, just what feels natural. And so it's kind of that same energy that we were like, is this okay at first? And we're like, is this too much? Now it's not too much. And so we kind of had to like ask each other as we're going, like, okay, now it kind of gets more intense. Like, should I say something like sassier? Is that too, you know, we kind of kept pushing it. So I feel like the energy of how we were writing it actually comes out like in the song. You can hear how we started out kind of a little reserved, and then in the end it's like very obvious as to us becoming more comfortable with like, this is what we're trying to say. So you can kind of hear that progression of us writing it like as the song goes on, for sure.
All right.
Music wise, I was listening to like a lot of Paris. Like, they were kind of like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, they were kind of the template for this one. Like, it really, they had just, I think we wrote this song like years ago, so it was right around the time what we know of what was it, what we know of heaven, all we need of hell, like, I think it's the name of the record. Like, it was such kind of like, when I think like dark alternative pop, like, that was like, you couldn't do better than what they were doing. Like, they were like the blueprint that, like, if anyone wanted to kind of like even flirt with that sound, like, you basically needed to look what Lynn and Paris were doing and be like, okay, cool, how can we have our version of that? And so like, that was kind of like, at least when I presented the idea to to Tyler and to the guys in the band, like I was like, okay, cool. Like, what if we gave it this kind of energy, like, and kind of create this sort of similar sonic vibe to it, and it just kind of worked out. Like it ended up, like I said, it's the first song we wrote, but it felt the best because it still kind of like leaned into all the little pockets of like music that we all kind of like. We're all very different when it comes to like all of our favorite bands, but there's still like enough crossover to where everyone had a little something that they could fall in love with this track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For sure.
All right, cool. So how do you guys recommend your fans to listen to this track for the first time? Should they play it in the car with friends, stuck with headphones on? Should they blast it at the gym? What do you guys personally recommend?
Oh, like, where would I recommend listening to this song?
Mm-hmm.
Walking into a club looking really, really good. I wish this would be like the track of walking into like, you know, any good club where there's hot people. That's it. Just play the song upon anyone's entrance and it'll be a great evening, you know, like everybody will catch the vibe. It'll be great. You know, that's, if I could just do that, I need a club. I got to do that now.
You just got to carry a speaker with you.
Set your own goals.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Go ahead and say, "Oh, gorgeous girls, listen to Haunter."
Yes.
Yep.
There it is.
This is true.
I think for me, I'm very much like when I really want to like soak up like a song or a record, I'm very much a headphones kind of guy. Like I'll listen to like my favorite records, or if a new song comes out from a band that I like I actually kind of make it a bit of a ritual. Like I'll like turn down the lights and just like put my AirPod Pros in, and I'll just kind of like sit and just like listen and like really kind of like let it kind of like, it sounds weird, but like kind of wash like over me, because like I don't know, like I just if I'm really stoked on a band and I'm really stoked on the song, I'll be like, cool, I really need to give this like my undivided attention.
Yeah,
for sure. I'm a big fan of listening with headphones to anything first if you ever get the chance, just because there's so much like nuance and stuff that's lost, you know, and depending on your speaker setup and that sort of stuff. So I don't know. I mean, I also, my second favorite place is just driving around my car, just because it's, I don't know, I find it like cathartic to listen to music while driving, but it also definitely has like, I feel like it would fit on pretty much any gym playlist, because it it's gonna definitely drive to it. So
for sure. Got the right BPM on the fucking elliptical Stairmaster. Like, it's good.
Is it too late to change the words?
I was gonna say, remix.
Like, this will be a theme song for someone's
it's sponsored by like Nordic Track or something.
By Nordic Track.
Peloton. I'm trying to get that Peloton money, baby.
Oh, that'd be good. Money maker, man.
Right there. I'm trying to get in on that, man.
There we go. This is the idea of the evening for sure.
Love it.
You gotta reach out.
I mean, Peloton, the DMs are open. Let's go.
Exactly.
Mark, how would you listen to the song first?
I'm big on riding in the car and listening to it.
All right.
That's my favorite place.
Sounds good.
I assume Mark is in the car right now. Yeah.
I was about to say.
So it's very on brand.
In the car, having the time of his life, listening to the podcast. So this is it.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
So this question should be super, super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe the single for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less. All 4. You have to do it.
Oh shit.
Quick, right?
I know. I'm like, I'm like broccoli.
Oh, I'm already ready. I'm ready.
All right, no more.
Go for it.
So I think I'll go like dark, sexy, powerful.
There you
That's
go.
Literally like pretty much the exact same thing that I was going to say.
Lucy, we have to stop being the same person, girl. Like
I know. Me and Anoma are like on this like brainwave. We just meet up so well, like all the time on everything. I would say definitely sexy was going to be my first word. Provocative would be the second word. And I don't know like the right word, but like challenging, because it's like I don't know the right word for it, but it's like daring you kind of like, I don't know the right word for that, but like a daring song, I guess, kind of provocative, daring,
that works.
sexy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's perfect.
I dig it.
It's definitely my favorite.
It's real hard to beat Anoma's.
It was pretty spot on. I mean, it's just
dark, sexy, powerful. So
dark, sexy.
That's a strong one. Yeah,
we don't even need 3. Just 2 is good. Dark and sexy. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful is implied, right? So
yeah. Well, yeah.
Still waiting for you guys.
Still waiting, guys.
Edgy.
There you go. Edgy. I like that one.
Yeah, me too. That's good.
Yeah.
Strong.
There you
strong.
go. All right.
Very strong song.
Like bull.
Like bull.
Like bull.
What's your last one?
NSFW, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had to go with ones that were not already used, at least I don't know, sexy's hard to get away from. But like maybe intense would work. Driving, because it just, I don't know, I just feel like it pushes and like just kind of along for the ride. So
I like that though. Those are good, man.
All
but
right.
that's all I got. So
Okay.
Only 2?
All right.
yeah,
Alright.
there's too many other words have already been taken. in my brain.
Fair enough.
Fair.
Sorry if you
Alright.
hear that noise in there. One of my cats is very excited that I'm home and wants my attention. And it was sad that I'm on this podcast and not paying attention to him first. So
Oh my god.
Oh man.
he's
Sorry.
That's
It's okay.
Fluffy.
he just goes
Kittens.
to the
We
he
love
goes to
you.
the kitchen and makes noise. It like tries to knock over the Keurig because he
Oh.
knows that
Oh, yeah.
like I'll go grab him off of it.
Yeah.
It's his go-to attention grabbing move. It's fine.
All
So
right.
make sure he doesn't do that. 'Cause-
Yeah, he just pulls the catch tray off into the floor and then like
Okay.
pops the top off the water reservoir and stuff. He doesn't ever do too much damage, but
Okay.
Frankly, it's really passive aggressive of him.
Right?
Yeah, it's fine.
He waited this long. He'll be fine.
He'll be all right.
okay, go grab him. Might as
Oh,
well
all right.
All right.
Little guy.
try and get him to be quiet.
So while we're waiting, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want this track to invoke in your listeners?
Oof. I think my initial response would be not safe for work, but I think I don't know. Like, all right, he's cute.
Oh my god.
This is Leah. He's a shoulder cat, so
Hi.
Yeah.
likes to be around at all times. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Kitty. Look at those socks.
Yeah, he's
That
got
cat
white
is
socks.
adorable.
And
He's wearing little toe
he's got
socks.
some really pretty white eyeliner too.
Nice.
Oh.
Hey, me too. Look, we match.
I just
See
see
her
it.
looking.
Tell your cat I said great taste.
He knows. Sorry.
He woke
Anyway,
up like
back to the question.
Oh man,
I don't
I would
remember
again have to just stick with sexy, man. Like I just wanted people to be able to like, getting ready to go out on Friday night or whatever. You're looking all cute, in your little outfit, and want people to be doing their very dark black eye makeup with this song playing. That's
Ooh.
the goal. Very sultry, sensual, sinful,
Sensual.
provocative.
Sinsual.
All right.
Yeah,
Also
there we
works.
go.
Yeah.
With an
Okay.
eye, yes, that's the one. That's the one, for sure.
All right.
I think for me, like the feeling that I want, I just want them to feel. Ooh. I think so. I'm going to borrow from Mike. I think I just want them to feel like this is intense. Like this is creating not a visceral response. Like this does something to you. Like this kind of gets the heart racing a little bit.
Yep.
Like that's
There you go.
that's what I want right there. Like I want them to feel like okay, this is I don't lie. This is kind of a turn on.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, we're going for it. Like, I mean, think about like the artwork, like the content of the song. I mean, the photos that we're releasing with it. Like everything is kind of leaning in that direction. And
Mhm.
obviously trying to be respectful and not kind of go off on the deep end with it. Like, but like, you know, we wrote this with a specific type of energy in mind, and like saying that we don't want people to feel that would just be dishonest.
Fair enough. All right.
True.
What band or artist influence do you think you can hear the most on this track, if any?
9 Inch Nails is my first answer. Like, as soon as I heard this, I was like, it has that kind of dark vibe to it. Kind of like almost, it's not like an industrial song, but it kind of does have like that dark industrial vibe to it, even without being an industrial song. So for me, 9 Inch Nails, for sure. That's instantly reminded me of that when I heard it. I was like, this is like a more modern, controlled 9 Inch Nails, and I love that about this song. That's why it was one of my favorites.
All right.
I think for me, like I'll just lean on Paris is definitely like a sonic influence for this one, but one that I didn't bring up earlier was actually 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh.
Like yeah, like they're low key one of my favorite bands. Like
yeah,
I realize Jared Leto is like fantastic actor. There's some cringe there. I just have to be honest. There's some cringe there. But like the records, there's this one song that they have called Up in the Air. Like, I don't know if you've seen the video for it, but like that era of their band was very just like dark. It literally captures all the energy that I would want for people to feel in Paralyze. Like it's dark, it's sexy, it's big, like the visuals are very daring. Like it is very much like a perfect kind of like polished example of what I want people to feel when they hear the song and what I want them to feel when they kind of look at the visuals that we put behind it. Like, so Paris and 30 Seconds to Mars very much were when we wrote it were influences, but now like we have some more bands that are probably a little more I guess newer. So I would say like maybe a slight, and this is very slight, sort of Spirit Box sort of feel to it, and it's only because like I really love Courtney LaPlante, and I love like her vibe, her presence. Like I think Lucy commands a similar presence. Like like, you know, Spirit Box is a band, she is the focus in the same way that Haunter is a band, but like we are very by design deliberately putting Lucy like to be the focus of the band. And with this song,
she is star.
It is. It's that star power, and like I see it in like Spirit Box, I see it in Paris, and then I see it in Us, like when Lucy's brought to the front, and like we give her the space to kind of shine like in the way that she needs to.
Oh yeah.
Aww. That's wholesome.
I also love that Lucy is so intently looking over your shoulder in your little
Yeah,
chat image this whole time. I just keep fixating on her eyes, like staring intently into my soul.
Really? I love it.
So, what is your favorite memory that you made while creating this track?
Oh man, all of them, honestly. I mean, it's the first song we did, right? It was like the very first thing we created in a room together. So there's like, there's a lot, you know, there's a lot of weight on that, you know. It's been some years now, but it's like, it's just one of those that, like, there would be no other Haunter songs if there wasn't this Haunter song. So it's just one of those that I think is always going to have a special place, you know, just for that reason of figuring out, you know, who we were, you know, as a band and where things like.
Yep, I remember trying to kind of like figure each other out while recording. Like, can I say that? Is it okay if I do that again? Like, we were all just kind of not even like musically and, you know, engineering wise, we were all trying to figure out like how we all wrote together. So I just really remember kind of trying to, because we've never really like spent that much time together before this song. Like, of course we knew each other, but we didn't, you know, we never like hung out for, I mean, Mike and Enoma did, but me and Mark didn't know each other. Basically, I didn't know any of them personally.
Yeah,
so
the four of us were together, what, like one time before?
I think one time
we went to LA,
yeah.
like all in the same place at the same time. So
and then I met Mark like I think twice before that or something. But yeah, I remember trying to just kind of sit back and watch everybody else, and I was like, what are they like? Because everybody's different recording than you are in normal life. So just trying to learn like personalities of making music together that's what I remember, is kind of watching everybody. And how do you respond when somebody doesn't like your idea? Are you gonna be mean about it? Because people sometimes do.
For sure, yeah.
Just watching everybody. I remember watching everybody and trying to figure everybody out, and also just being like trying to be as open to any ideas as possible. So I feel like that's why this is such a good song. We weren't focused on fitting into any box of like, okay, well, it has to be this kind of pop. It has to sound like this band or this vocalist or, whatever. We didn't have a specific like train rail to go on. So we were just kind of writing as we went. And I think not having any boundaries kind of made this like very sassy in the way that it is. And yeah, I appreciate that that question, because it's bringing back a lot of memories of kind of just getting to know everybody. And I was so nervous like recording the first, I'm sure we all were, even just being in a room all together. And it's a good memory to have, trying to, think about just getting to know everybody and then recording together and the next day, after we got there. And it was fun. It's a good wholesome family moment.
Oh yeah.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good memories.
I have two very distinct memories of writing this song. The first one was, this track, like I tracked all the guitars on this one, and it was kind of a proud moment for me. Like, full disclosure, I am not the best guitar player. Like I am okay at best. Like
he doesn't shred, but he's got a lot of soul,
Yeah, like I know enough just to be dangerous. Like but like I remember like tracking all the guitars, and like, yeah, we had to edit parts, but like I felt like it was the first time like I was in the studio. It'd been a long time since I had been in the studio recording with someone who was really like well known, and I just remember being really comfortable working with Tyler. And I was like, okay, cool. Like I don't have to worry about like nailing it on the first take. Like I can make some mistakes, or we can clean this up, or we can do something to where like I'm relaxed and then I can perform at my best, and things will just naturally kind of like fall into place. And Tyler never made me feel like never showed any sort of frustration, was really patient with me, and like allowed me to kind of make the mistakes that I needed to kind of get the best takes for him to work with. So I just remember having a really good time tracking the guitars for that, because it was we were also using my favorite guitar of all time. Like I have a Gibson Les Paul Studio that's been like my number one guitar, like that I've used for so many years. It's my baby.
It is dope.
Yeah, like and the fact that I still had it, and we were using it on like this new band, like this new venture, like everything was so new, and it was just like I fell in love with the idea of like I was getting ready to start like a new project with people that I had just a really good feeling about. So I was really excited about that piece of it. And my second memory that really sticks out to me was when Lucy was tracking vocals, and she was doing kind of at the end of the song, like Lucy really kind of like goes for it vocally, and really starts like letting you know she's arrived, and she had just done like this really strong vocal take, and like from the other room, like we can hear Tyler's wife be like, "Wow."
That was a cool moment.
Okay. And I was like, we're done here. That's
it. Yeah.
That's it. If Tyler's wife was like impressed by vocal, and she like obviously is around when he's working on a lot of the bands, like, so she's seen we're talking like top tier talent come through his studio, and if she takes a moment to be like, that was something.
Mhm.
Like, cool.
It's a very good sign.
You know, you're onto
Yeah,
something.
that was-
Like,
Yeah.
I remember hearing her and being like, oh, wow. Like, you know, because we all question ourselves a lot, no matter how good or not good we are. And I remember being like, holy shit, this is like, this guy is huge. Like Tyler, you know, works with people that I could only, like, I would crap my pants to meet some of these people, you know? And
Yeah.
so to be there with that pressure, and now that Anoma says that, I'm like, that is true. Because he was just like, dude, he's like, just go for it. Like, listen to it one time. And then he's like, do whatever you want for the end of the song. This is the very last part. So it just needs to be something like big. And I was like, I literally had no plan of what to do. And he's like, do you need to listen to it? And I just remember saying, no, just play it. And I'm going to record something. And that's that part at the very end.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure.
Like all that.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure. I think the first thing you recorded is still in that
was.
end. Like we did a bunch of other stuff on top of it, but like the first take is there. Like it was
the
freaking
first
nuts.
take. That was cool.
But yeah, it's always like, it's always nice getting the Kim sign off, Tyler's wife. Like there are so many times where she'll come home from work and he's like, yo, I have to show you this thing we did today. And like, I'm always so nervous because I'm just like, oh no, like what if she doesn't like it?
Yeah.
Right? She's like,
And so it's always nice when she's like, when, you know, you can tell she's legit impressed. So
Yeah.
that made me feel good for sure.
Mhm.
Mark, any memories?
That haven't already been shared. I can't think of any at the moment.
All right.
Okay, that's fair.
But I do remember that last take, and I remember us all kind of sitting in the room being like, "Oh, wow, that was
yeah, just a bunch
powerful.
of very wide eyes being exchanged across the room,
Yeah.
trying not to like
Yes.
make noise.
Oh yeah.
yes,
Mm.
very
Tight.
few
That
words.
makes me feel
Everybody
so
was
good.
a little speechless.
So for this last question, picture this: you're on tour at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
There you go.
Takis every time.
Ooh.
Those are very good.
That's it. Takis and a Red Bull. And if I'm trying to be healthy, then I'll get a banana and some peanut butter and go to
Ooh.
town. Yeah, that goes hard. But
That's
if I'm
a good
not, then
combo.
Takis and a Red Bull, so you know I can freak out and have my mouth on fire because like
Yeah.
like to live life spicy. You know?
Fair enough.
I was like, first of all, a gas station banana, girl.
Yeah,
That,
dude. It's
Risky.
a good
like,
choice.
I don't really.
Not quite as risky as gas
like
station
that.
sushi, but like, you
Yeah.
know,
But I mean, you
Risky.
gotta think though, like being on the road after like 2 or 3 weeks, I don't want any more fucking chips. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
No,
saying?
that's
Like,
yeah, I
want
was gonna say
food. Like
there's like, I think there's some Takis that are like accidentally vegan, but like there's not, you know, like I'm usually stuck with like chips and not even all the chips because there's a bunch of random milk in a bunch of them for no reason.
Yeah, for
so it's
whatever
like,
reason.
yes.
yeah, so it's a lot of chips and a lot of freaking sugar-free Red Bull, I guess. And
Mhm.
just, you know, I'm lucky if they have like some Cliff bars or something that I can get that has like some substance in it. But
Mhm, mhm.
I try to buy things in bulk and plan ahead and travel with my own snacks because it's
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fair
It
a
is
enough.
little
hard
harder,
being vegan.
little harder being
Yeah.
vegan on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Me, I go the complete opposite direction. Like this whole health kick, like I'm on vacation. Like I basically bring me all the preservatives.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Like, I want to feel like so. I'm my go-to snack of choice is nacho cheese Doritos. Like
Mm.
tried and true. Can't miss.
Classic.
Like
A
it's,
classic. I
yeah,
like it.
it's like it's the pepperoni pizza of like chips. Like you just always consistently know what you're gonna get. So
Mhm.
That's true.
you know, so hit me up with that. I'll do like a Monster has this lemonade iced tea little number.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Those are deceptively delicious.
I thought you were gonna say disgusting.
I
was
thought
like,
so
why did
too,
you bring
yeah.
it
Why would you
up?
bring this up? No, yeah, those are called like Refresh or something like
Yeah,
that.
they're called
think so.
Refresh, and they're
Yeah, those. Believe me, I
They're
got a
pretty
story. I got a story about those. I was working a booth at Warp Tour one year for some friend, you know, helping out some friends, and
oh no,
like
I know this story.
they were like free. They're like, you know, free Monster everything, right? Because you
Oh,
know
yeah.
it's just how it works, right? So I saw the like iced tea lemonade part of it, and there's like Monster Tour water and stuff, right? So I just assumed it wasn't like as pure caffeine as like regular Monsters. And so I had like 7 of them over the course of the day, and then just about like had a heart attack in that tent. I had to go like find some shade to lie down under like a semi. It was a terrible idea, but
I can't believe
they're delicious.
Tell that.
I don't recommend having 7 of them in a day.
No.
Wait, also stop. Did you just say that you had 7? But wait for it. Not just that. Found shade under a semi?
Yeah, there was like a semi trailer that was like part of the tour, and I had to go get out of the sun somewhere, and so I went to like lie down under the.
Ran over.
Well, no, it was parked. There was no cab attached to it. It was just the trailer.
Yeah. Okay, I was like,
it was just like loading. Yeah.
Like, bro, I don't know if that was your best idea. Like,
I mean, I wasn't thinking very clearly. I was pretty delusional at the moment, but yes, those things are delicious. I would like to have one again without bringing up
up the other 6.
Yeah. Bring up a mental like scar tissue. But.
Oh my god!
Oh man, that's crazy. 7, bro. Like, I can't even drink a whole one without my heart feeling like it's going to implode inside.
It was hot. It was miserable. It was Warped Tour in Texas. Like trying to stay hydrated. I mean, I was hydrating with something.
Yeah, Mark, snack of choice.
Sour candy, and it's probably go with a Red Bull.
All right.
Always Red Bull, man.
Yeah.
Never go wrong with the Red Bull.
Gotta have it.
The amount of Red Bull this band drinks, honestly, Red Bull, sign us and then sponsor us.
Peloton and Red Bull.
They sponsored my old band and got me addicted. So that's how they get you.
Yeah. All right.
I would love to be signed Red Bull Records. I mean, let's make that happen.
That's a thing.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, Beartooth is signed to Red Bull. Like
Red Bull Records.
Yeah.
That sounds so fake. I'm sorry. That sounds.
Hey, Red Bull's got everything. They got like extreme sports and like race teams and music label and like they're.
No, this is legit.
They have all brands.
I would legit love to be signed to Red Bull because they have like one of my favorite indie pop bands, or actually 2 of them. So the Aces, number 1, like I love them. They're signed to Red Bull.
They're on Red Bull. That's awesome.
There's this indie pop artist. Her name is Sad Alex. Like she signed to Red Bull as well. Like I love her stuff. Like it's so good.
I'm gonna have to go check her out then.
So like Red Bull. The DMs are open. Let's make magic.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you guys would like to plug?
Listen to the song. It doesn't suck. It'll make you want to do things that you didn't want to do before you listen to it. So
wow.
Perfect.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, can't beat that.
Yeah, that's a pitch if I've ever heard one.
Yeah.
I'm sold.
Listen to the song so you can be more like Lucy.
Yeah. Lucy, you should send your publicist that one line that you just said and said, here, this should be the whole fucking email.
Right?
Exactly, yeah.
Whole press release right here.
Yeah,
that's it.
That is it. So no, obviously we want everyone to stream Paralyze, but hit us up on the socials at Hunter Isn't Real for literally everything. Instagram, TikTok, we are on that. We're ticking and talking now. It's so weird. TikTok is weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It is very weird.
But we are getting into it. But yeah, just hit us up. We love hearing from anyone and everyone. Just come chat with us. We're a bunch of weirdos. Let's be weird on the internet together.
Definitely want to know what everybody has to say about this one, because listen to the stuff we've released and then listen to this one and let us know what your favorite song is, because I want to know.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, thank you for now. This, guys, has been Haunter, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.